Hello YouTubers, this is another book review I'm going to do real quick. This is an older book, How to Be a Star at Work by Robert Kelly. I enjoyed this book, and as you can see, I got this for $1, well worth a buck. What I really got out of this book, and I read it a while back, so I was looking through some of the highlighted areas. The book's full of cool strategies and stuff. You'll have to look for yourself to look at it. It's very useful, and it has helped me out. The things that really stand out in it that's helped me is really paying attention to other people's, or let me reword this, respecting other people's perspectives and opinions. Sometimes somebody may even be saying, they'll demonstrate a fact, and at first I'm thinking, oh, this is an opinion. So really, I really pay attention and listen and respect others' perspectives and opinions, and it surprised me. Actually, a lot of things are useful. It contributes, especially for a team. So that's the most important thing I got of this book. You might read it and get something else. Like I said, there's all kinds of little strategies in there, and actually, on with my employer, we do reviews every year, PDPs, and I put in my review that I read this book and applied some of the strategies. So it's very useful. So it's helped me out. The other thing I noticed too is I just did a book review on QBQ, Question Behind a Question, and I was talking about believing or leaving. Now this book doesn't tell you to give up, so I'm not going with this, but it's just kind of interesting how I was just doing a book review on that, and synchronicity kicked in, and I remembered this, and I said, well, let me do a quick book review on this too. But according to this book on page 248, I'll read a little part and let you think for yourself. And it's basically, you believe in something or you leave and move on instead of complaining. It's just not productive. So this book goes about it a little differently, but it's basically the same concept. The important lesson, and this is the word straight from this book, the important lesson is not to stay in a bad situation where your star cannot shine. Even if you can blame your lower productivity on others, your reputation suffers more in the long run, something that you can ill afford. That's basically saying the same thing. You either believe or leave. If you've exhausted all efforts, and sometimes you have to move on, whether it's another department, another boss, another company. I am definitely not encouraging people to quit jobs. There's I believe also finding solutions for problems, or like the other book talked about, instead of thinking outside of the box, succeeding in the box. Then think outside the box. Really try. You'd be surprised. And their strengths and weaknesses, now this is my own thoughts on this, it's outside of this book. There are strengths and weaknesses at every company, and it's basically the same old, if basically I understand I have to confront myself to fit into any company. And this book really helped me out, like, once again, on valuing other people's feedback, what they think in a team player, within a team, and I really listen, don't dismiss. I've learned some other things too. The book doesn't say this, but it's helped me out when I was listening to other people and stuff. It's important to make eye contact. I get a lot of headway. I'm analytical. A lot of times you'll see me talking and looking away like that. That's not good. If somebody's speaking, and in your career or your job or what have you, look at them in the eye. Now that's just my 2 cents, but for all I know, it may vaguely be in this book. No, to me, if you're respecting other people's perspectives and stuff, you're going to demonstrate that by making eye contact with a good attitude. You know, you don't have to brown nose or anything. Just listen, hear them out, and it's basically, it is being fair. And I would want that done for me. I've said some crazy stuff, and I have no problem. Some things fail, and some things succeed. Also, it talks about that too. It talks a little bit about Thomas Edison. So I'm sure the book talks about that. There's nothing wrong with risk if it's calculated. I've talked about that before. You know, risking some for a greater reward. I don't see any problem with that. Also, in the very first part of this book, it talks about there's really no difference between star performance or star performers and average people. You know, they just do different things, and that's one of them. A star performer, in my eyes, has made mistakes, and they probably make calculated mistakes. And like Thomas Edison, he would just mark it off the list. You know, how many? I don't know how many times is truly documented how many times he failed before he invented the light bulb. But it seems like, from what I know about Thomas Edison, that he would just mark out, this didn't work. He had a handwritten database. It's before computers, you know. I'm sure he'd have to backtrack, and he just kept on and kept on. But in my eyes, that's a star performer, because he just kept on, and he was persistent, and he wasn't doing the same thing. He was trying different things to get the result he wanted. There's a big difference. Not doing the same thing, you know. Trying different things to get the result that he wants. So, talks about too that star performance. You know, winners or star performers, they're not born that way. I'm sure there's an exception to every rule, but more or less, you know, they're developed, and I would assume self-developed. You can only go so far with mentorship and stuff. You know, we have to be accountable for ourselves. So anyhow, this is a good book that I enjoyed reading. You might find other books more helpful, but I'm glad I read this and applied it. I hope it helps you out if you read it. I left off a lot of stuff from this book, so there's a lot of good stuff in this book, and especially if you come across it, you know, for $1. It was $1 well spent. I really enjoyed reading this. Is the best book I've probably read for $1. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for stopping by. I hope it's helped you out like it's helped me. Until next time, I bid you a good day or a good evening. You take care. Bye-bye.